We keep ticking away towards the Texas Longhorns season opener versus Ohio State, Cody, and we're now coming into what the I guess they didn't have practice on Sunday after a night practice for the big money donors on Saturday. We'll see about practice today. I'm assuming they have it on Monday. We're going to look for reports on that a little bit later, and then we know on Tuesday they'll be having an afternoon practice. They'll have Wednesday off, and Tuesday will be the first day of full pads. So one more day of shorts and shells. And then on Tuesday, we'll get a full pads practice. Hopefully have some notes for you guys on that over at orangebloods.com. But in the meantime, we have some predictions about the season that Jeff Ketchum came out with today on his 10 thoughts from the weekend column. Cody and I are going to go through his bold predictions. We're going to fact check them. We're going to be fact checkers here. And we're going to tell you whether or not they're actually likely to happen and rank them in order of how likely these bold predictions are to happen. We'll do that right after we thank our presenting sponsor, the Man Eye Institute. See life better. Make sure and give them a call today, 844-WOW-2020. 844-WOW-2020 is where you can get the Man Eye Institute. Make sure and just ask them about the next level LASIK. And when you do, you're going to get an earful because it is a dynamic technology that only 3 institutions in the whole United States have. We're lucky enough to have one of them right here in Central Texas, the Man Eye Institute. See life better, 1-844-WOW-2020. Thanks to them for presenting our show here on Orange Bloods Live. All right, Cody, I'm not sure. Hopefully this won't be too disorganized. I'm not sure how we're going to do it. We're going to just rank them.
Yeah, we'll dial it in. We'll be all right.
Okay.
All right, let's start out. Number 1. Arch Manning will crush Colt McCoy's school record 34 touchdown passes this season. Prize Picks currently has this more or less at 25.5. Catch says he thinks there's a very good chance that he's 60% of the way there by the time September is completed.
Oh, on the Prize Picks regular season line, right? This we're considering they might be
5 games in the bucket by the end of September. 3 of which come against.
Yeah, right. Easy opponents. So are we talking about the 34?
Yeah, 34 is a school record. I'm just telling you what the Prize Picks number is at 25.
Okay, so that's the first one. I don't think I don't think that Arch Manning comes in and breaks the school record in his first year at Texas, but I'll see where I stack it up as far as the other bold predictions as soon as we see another one.
Well, 34 touchdowns would be 2 touchdowns per game if they make it to the national championship. Number 2, Trey Wisner will rush for more yards on the ground this season than C.J. Baxter and Christian Clark combined.
I don't know. I think that once C.J. Baxter is back healthy, I think that he'll get – I think that he'll get a significant run. I think he looks good. And I've always been a person who was maybe a little bit critical of C.J. Baxter's running style. I do think that he's looked good in what I've seen of him at practice so far. With that being said, I wonder how much it creeps into my mind because I know it doesn't creep into Sark's mind, right? That he needs to keep his 1,000-yard rusher streak alive. Does it?
I think that stuff just naturally will come to fruition. Especially in a season like this with 17 games. Like last year, if you would compare last year with Wisner playing 15 games, having 1,064, like that in Sark's previous decade of this happening, that wouldn't have normally happened last year because Wisner played 15 games. Everybody else he's ever had has played like 11, 12, or 13. So I don't think it innately is at the top of his mind. Jaden Blue had 730. I think it's just like, I think he's talked about this as well, where it's like, that just tells me that a running game is in a good spot. So I guess last year, if you compare this situation to itself, Jaden Blue plus Jarek Gibson combined for 1,107 yards. Trey Wisner had 1,064 on his own.
Oh. Okay, then this is more likely. No, this is less likely than – I think this is less likely than Arch throwing for 34 touchdowns.
Okay.
So I have this so right now I have that. Arch throwing for 34 touchdowns is 1 on a scale of 1 to 7 from most likely to least likely.
Yep.
And this I have so far as 2. As far as the number one seasoning blend on the market, that's of course the Alpha seasoning. You can go to alphaseasoning.com. We have it back in stock. It's Cody and I's elite spice blend. Make sure and go check it out. It's great on everything. Thanks to everybody who's ordered. You guys sold us out of our first shipment like that. It's also available over at Texas Beef Traders, where you get 10% off anything that you buy over there. Just mentioned that you heard it, Orange Bloods. They're a great sponsor as well. But our Alpha seasoning is our wonderful invention, and we'd love you guys to go check it out. Alphaseasoning.com is where you can get it. All right. What's the next one, Cody?
Number 3, DeAndre Moore will lead the SEC in receiving yards. Catch says 90 receptions.
Is he even going to lead the team?
Huh?
Is he even going to lead the team?
Catch says 90 receptions, 1,310 tuds. Write it in ink. He's officially joined me on the DeAndre Moore, bullet train.
That's not happening. I would love it if it did. I don't think it's happening.
That's got Ryan Williams, Cam Coleman, Eric Singleton, Casey
Aaron Anderson, Kevin Coleman,
Barry and Bryant. Yeah, the whole LSU group.
Caden Lee. You got what's his name? Chris Hilton at LSU.
What's our guy out in South Carolina as well?
I forgot.
If he goes nuclear.
Yeah.
Nick Harbor.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Tennessee's got Chris Brazel if he's healthy.
And what about Ryan Wingo?
What about Ryan Wingo?
I think this is least likely of all. So it goes
number 3.
Arch combined rushing. DeAndre Moore leads the SEC in receiving yards.
Number 4, Jack Endries catches more passes for more yards than Gunnar Helm in 2024.
Dude, didn't he have
60 receptions and 786 yards to best Helm, which equates to 3.75 catches and 49 yards per game over 16 games.
Well, now you put it like that, it sounds like 3.75 and 49 and a half?
Yeah.
Over 16 games. So that makes sense.
Manning is going to use the hell out of Endries. He's a Manning.
I mean, it's got to be more likely than Manning throwing 34. I think that's the most likely one so far. He had like 670 yards last year at Cal.
Yeah.
Horrible quarterback situation.
Horrible.
So, now he's surrounded by better talent now. He's probably getting, I think that average, he's not going to be that solid, but there are going to be some of these games where he pops off for some kind of 85-yard game. So yeah, that's the most likely. What do you think? That to me sounds very reasonable.
I think it's really close. Okay. So you think this is number 1 now?
Yeah, this is number 1.
All right. Number 5, UT's collection of edge players will combine for 30 sacks or more. Catch says, give me Colin Simmons with 15, Burke with 6, Spence with 5, and the rest of the group will scratch together at least another 4.
Oh, so he's not counting Trey Moore.
The position finished with 25.5 in 16 games last season.
So he's not counting Trey Moore?
Sounds like he's not counting Trey Moore.
And Trey Moore did account for.
If he counted Trey Moore and Anthony Hill, this would be clear.
This would be a lock.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to get like contributions from like Vasic and Zena Yamuzulo and
Jackson. $30's a lot just for that group.
Yeah. I think that the injuries thing is more likely. I think this is. I want to sandwich this right next to Arch Manning throwing for 34 touchdowns. I think this is slightly more likely than that. If we think the edge group takes a step forward this year, which I think that they will, then you're just moving. You're adding on 4.5 sacks.
Yeah.
If you listen to Alan Clark, he said that Colin Simmons left far too much meat on the bone last year.
Well, if Colin Simmons does what we know Colin Simmons can do, if he's not like, double and triple teamed every play, I mean, there's records that Colin Simmons could break that he's talked about. All right. Number 6, sorry. Anthony Hill wins the Butkus Award. Ketch said he probably should have won it last year.
Yeah. Is that gonna? And that's best linebacker in the whole game.
Best linebacker in the country. Jalen Walker won it last year for Georgia. Peyton Wilson the year before. Jack Campbell the year before that.
Who's his main competition besides like Sunter and Perkins?
Would you say Sunter?
Sunter and the guy, Ole Miss. Did I say his name wrong? Sunter and Perkins. Harold Perkins. Trying to no, there's somebody else. Who's the
Deontay Lawson at Alabama?
Yeah, loss. Oh, that's tough. And then
Sonny Styles with Ohio State. And that's probably it. Those would be my two.
Doesn't Penn State have an inside linebacker?
Oh, that white kid. Yeah. Well, I don't know if he's that good though.
And Notre Dame has one.
Well, they had Kaiser. Who's replacing Kaiser?
Let me look. Hold on. He's a kid I saw at the Army All-American Bowl a few years back, and I was excited to see that he was coming online now. Drake Bowen.
Drake Bowen. Okay. They've had 3 winners in the last decade and a half: Manti, Jalen Smith, and Owusu Koromoa. So can't write him off.
I think Ant Hill's the best linebacker in the. I think this is
more likely than Jack Injuries.
No.
More likely than 30 sacks?
Yes.
I would say yes.
Yes.
All right. The 7th and final one. Michael Taft will lead the Longhorns in interceptions this season with 6.
Oh, well, it's got to be 6. That has to be the lead.
That's one more than both Makuba and Jade Barron recorded last season.
This is, I mean, that might be the least likely of all.
Really?
Yes, because it's like he has to intercept at least 6 footballs, or he has to intercept exactly 6 footballs, and that has to lead the team. That's 2 variables.
You're going on wording. I like that.
Yeah, like that's 2. Like you're betting on 2 things to happen. So that's the one that I put in 7th.
All right. So number 1, Jack Endries. This is where you finished up at. Let me know if I have any of this wrong. Number 1, you finished with Jack Endries catches more passes and more yards than Gunnar Helm. Number 2, Anthony Hill will win the Butkus Award. Number 3, UT's collection of edge rushers will combine for 30 sacks this season. Number 4, Arch Manning will crush Colt McCoy's school record for 34 touchdown passes this season. Number 5, Trey Wisner will rush for more yards on ground this season than both Baxter and Clark combined. And number 6, DeAndre Moore will lead the SEC in receiving yards, which I personally kind of love. And number 7, Michael Taft will lead the Longhorns in interceptions with exactly 6 catch.
And with that being said, Jeff Ketchum has indeed been fact-checked.